guys, and welcome to a new episode of the Football Show. As today we're going to talk about yesterday's Champions League games, match day 7, and also today's Champions League games, if I have enough time. Talk about the match day 7 as well, today's games. But let's start with yesterday's games. First game, Kairat Almaty against Club Brugge. Club Brugge win 4-1. Bodo Glimt against Manchester City, and this game was scoreline of 3-1. And if you said to me before the game that who would win 3-1 in this game, I would tell you it should be Manchester City, right? But instead it was Bodo Glimt. I mean, first of all, fair play to Bodo Glimt. They were fantastic in this game. And they've been in this great journey. They've been in, I think, in the last 4 or 5 years, from, beating Roma 6-1, if I remember, in the Conference League, reaching the semi-finals of the Europa League last season. First time in a long time they play Champions League football as well. They're fighting to win the title actually they're not fighting to win the title, because they already lost the title by 1 point, ironically. But it's the first football they played, the first professional match they played since 6 weeks, since December of 10th. They've played a couple of friendly games against Groningen and other team that I cannot pronounce their name. But, Bodo Glimt are a team that, they are a small team, let's be honest, in a small country like Norway. So for them to beat Manchester City is a crazy story. And they haven't played for 6 weeks. And instead they beat Manchester City 3-1. I mean, absolutely incredible for Bodo Glimt. What a great story. I mean, the atmosphere was fantastic as well. Obviously, when you play Bodo Glimt away from home, it's never easy because they're in the artificial pitch. But I understand why, because they don't have the quality that the players that, for example, Manchester City have. So of course they're gonna use any kind of tricks to try to beat the other opponent. But well done to Bodo Glimt. That's a great story. To win 3-1 against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, who has players like Erling Haaland, a Ballon d'Or winner like Rodri. Absolutely incredible for Bodo Glimt, and congratulations to them. I think that's the first, if I'm not mistaken, that's the first win in the Champions League history. And they've been competitive, actually. They drew to Dortmund 2-2. They still have a chance to qualify for the playoffs if they win their last game against Atletico Madrid away from home, which seems unlikely, but who knows. So congratulations to Bodo Glimt. They absolutely deserve it, and I'm very happy for them. But for Manchester City, I mean, to lose 3-1 against Bodo Glimt, with all due respect, it's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace, as Arteta said, used to say before. But how can you lose 3-1 to Bodo Glimt when you have players like Cherki, Erling Haaland, Phil Foden, Rodri, Reinders? Yes, defensively City look shaky. I mean, Nuri played at right back, and the guy can't defend at all. So yeah, but again, and for Manchester City, that was an absolute embarrassment. Listen, I know you look at the spending power between Manchester City and Bodo Glimt, it's like chalk and cheese, So, for City to lose to Bodo Glimt is embarrassing. Defensively, they're weak. And listen, Gui just signed, so he's gonna play. I mean, should we criticize more Pep Guardiola for City's recent struggles? I think we should. Because for them to lose to Bodo Glimt is embarrassing. And for City's recent form, I mean, since the start of 2026, City, the only 2 games they won was in 2 cup competitions domestically, FA Cup and League Cup. And by the way, Erling Haaland, you can clearly see he's exhausted. You clearly see he's tired. I feel like whenever Erling Haaland in a season, he all starts the season fantastically well, and you think he's on the course to break every single record, and then he has this mid-season blip, and then he ends the season well. I feel like this continuous trajectory of a season is going to happen again for Erling Haaland. because he's struggling right now. I mean, except the goal against Exeter City, he scored an FA Cup. I mean, he hasn't scored many goals, since the start of 2026. So he's not been in a good run of form either as well. Foden's not been in a good run of form. Cherky scored all right. Rodri, Rodri, since he came back from his injury, you could clearly see that he's physically not as strong as before. That ACL injury, it looks like is affecting him. It's affecting him. Listen, it doesn't mean he's going to be back. When I saw him against Sunderland and he was fantastic, I was like, this is the best of Rodri. We could see the best of Rodri coming back. But I mean, before Rodri came back, City were winning like 10, 11 games in a row. And since Rodri came back, started playing against Sunderland, City haven't won many games since then. And he's not been in the best of shape. You can clearly see, whenever he doesn't have the ball, he's not that good. You can clearly see it. So, yeah, and I think Pep Guardiola also deserves a bit of slack as well, because for a club like City, who spend a lot of money, and then the squad that they have, and I know they have some problems defensively, but at the same time, I felt like Guardiola could have played Nathan Ake instead of Max Eilein, because Max Eilein had a difficult game against Manchester United in the derby. And I know people say, "Oh, but it's Bodo Glimt, they shouldn't." Yeah, but he had a difficult game, and especially in a pitch like Bodo that have, and the stadium, and he's a young player like Max Eilein. I think Guardiola should have played Nathan Ake, playing 8 at right back. It was a strange one. Some of the decisions from Pep was strange. So Pep Guardiola deserves a lot of, also some criticism, because City spending a lot of money, and you're having this kind of performances and results. So Rodri picked up a red card. It's not looking good for City. City should still, according to the league table, they should still qualify for the last 16 automatically if they win against Galatasaray at home. But with their form currently right now, and the way City are defending at the back, imagine them facing against Usman, who's gonna come back from AFCON. I think they're gonna find it difficult defensively, City. So it's not guaranteed they're gonna even win that game. So Galatasaray are a good team, and they beat Liverpool as well. And now people say, "Oh, Liverpool have been terrible this season." Yeah, but City have not been that good either as well. So yeah. But yeah, what a poor performance, what a shambles for Man City to lose to Bodo Glimt. Defensively, they were all over the place, and they could have conceded more. That's the worrying thing as well. It's not like City lost a game and it was a smash and grab win for Bodo Glimt. It was deserved. Villarreal lose 2-1 to Ajax at home. Tottenham finally win a football match under Thomas Frank, beating Dortmund 2-0 thanks to goals from Christian Romero, the red card from Stevenson, which was a deserved red card because the guy stamped on his feet. Solanke scoring the second goal as well. Important win for Tottenham 2-0. Considering all the pressure that was happening on Thomas Frank, and Tottenham right now are 4th in the league phase of the Champions League, and they're going to play Frankfurt away. So despite that Tottenham are terrible in the league, in the Champions League, they're not doing that too bad, and if they get a point, they most likely could qualify for the last 16 automatically if they get a point against Frankfurt. Frankfurt, they haven't been that good away from, especially no competitions in the Champions League particularly, but who knows, it's a tricky game to go there, to Frankfurt. But good win for Thomas Frank and for Tottenham. Olympiacos beat 2-0 against Bayer Leverkusen. Sporting Lisbon beat PSG 2-1. A great win for Sporting Lisbon, a surprise win. Sporting go 1-0 up thanks to a goal from Luis Suarez, the other Luis Suarez, not the original Luis Suarez that we all know. However, 5 minutes later, Kvaratskhelia, who's not been the best of his form this season so far, but he scored in this game to equalise with PSG 1-1. But then Sporting scored the winner goal from Luis Suarez. I watched this game and I felt like 9/10 of that out of 10, PSG would have won this game because the amount of chances they were creating, and they were in a particular first half where they clearly should have been leading in the first half, and the chances they were. I feel like it was a bit of bad luck from PSG side. You still have to give credit to Sporting Lisbon because they took the chances for that, but at the same time, yeah, PSG like a lot of, yeah, the luck was not on their side. Are they the same team as they were last season? Listen, I think when the high stake matches in the Champions League come, the time will tell. Time will tell, because let's not forget PSG last season, they were not that good in the Champions League phase, and then come the knockout stages, come the business end of the season in Champions League, they stepped it up. So I think we have to wait and see. And let's not forget PSG are playing in the French league, where it's not the best league, even though they're not leading the French league. So yeah, but they're still in a decent position to qualify for the last 16 automatically. I think they have got Newcastle at home, which they should win. So we would expect them to go through, and they're fifth. So yeah. Inter Milan against Arsenal. Arsenal win 3-1. A great win for Arsenal. I mean, Arteta and Arsenal made some wholesome of changes, and they still won 3-1 against Inter Milan. A very good Inter Milan side who away from home were top of the Serie A and reached the final last season, even though they got gobsmacked. So yeah, Arteta made some changes. He rested Gabriel Magalhaes, he rested Gyökeres, he rested Declan Rice, he rested Martinelli, Martin Odegaard. He rested some players, and he played the likes of players who haven't played a lot, like who don't start usually, Jesus, Eze. So yeah, and still it was very good win for Arsenal. I mean, you have to say that Inter Milan played good at some points in the game, and they created some chances. But I think Arsenal showed some great resilience in the game to overcome the situation. They won 3-1. So yeah, fantastic win for Arsenal and for Mikel Arteta to go to Inter away from home and win 3-1. The Arsenal, great win. 2 goals from Gabriel Jesus. Two good goals by him, by the way, and especially he's not been his best. He's not been the Gabriel Jesus we saw like before 2020. I'll say before World Cup 2022, because I think after the World Cup 2022, I don't think he's been the best player, been the same player as he was before. But in this game, he showed his true self best, and he was back to his best and scoring 2 goals. And Gyökeres coming off the bench, scoring also the 3rd goal. Very good win for Arsenal. Very impressive win. And Arteta deserves a lot of credit, because still to go away to Inter and make some changes and win, you have to give him credit, and also the team, because you clearly see this Arsenal squad is a great squad. It's a fantastic squad. It's the best squad in the Premier League, and you could say in Europe. So, and this they could go away to Inter and this kind of big teams away from home and still win 3-1. That's how good Arsenal's squad are, that they can make some changes. So well done to Arsenal, and they are mathematically qualified for the last 16 automatically. They need 1 point to finish top of the league phase. Or Real Madrid, the 6 points cleared. Sorry, if Bayern Munich win though both of their games and Arsenal lose their last game, then Arsenal might lose first position. But again, like Arsenal, Arsenal like. They don't need to finish first. I mean, what's the difference between finishing first, second, and third in league phase? I mean, Liverpool finished first last season in league phase, and they had to face Paris Saint-Germain in last 16, and they lost. So, what's the price of finishing first in league phase? It's important that you qualify in the last 16 automatically. Doesn't matter where you finish. But Arsenal win 3-1, and a very good win for Arsenal for Mikel Arteta. Real Madrid, and you have to say this Inter side. I mean, I know the top of the Serie A, but you look at the players that they have, like Jan Sommer in goal, Jerby as centre back. I don't know why they still have those players. They should be gone right now. They're getting older. Sommer and Jerby and those people, they should go out. I don't know why they're still in the team. I mean, the Jerby's been the fact that he's still playing is incredible for Inter. And Jan Sommer, 38, 39. But I think these two, considering their performance in the Champions League final last season, I think they should have been left the team. but yeah, it is what it is. Real Madrid wins 6-1 against AS Monaco.